ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. எல்லோருக்கும் வணக்கம். சந்தோஷ சித்தத்தோட குழந்தை நிலையில் தியானத்துக்கு உட்கார்வோம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜியோட திருக்கமல பாதத்தை பார்ப்போம். முழுமையாக சரணடைவோம். கவனம் 2 உள்ளங்கையும் சகசிராரம். வலது கை சகசிராரத்துக்கு மேல வைத்து பார்ப்போம். தெய்வீக அன்னையோட அன்பு சக்தியை நுண்ணறிவல் வடிவமாக நம்மளால உணர முடியறதான் கவனிப்போம். முழு கவனம் சகசிராரமும் வலது உள்ளங்கை நடுவுல. நம்ம என்ன உணர்வோம் அது மீதே வைப்போம். மெதுவாக வலது கை மடக்கி கொண்டு வருவோம். இடது உள்ளங்கை சகசிராரத்துக்கு மேல வைத்து பார்க்கலாம். இடது கையும் மடக்கி கொண்டு வருவோம். ஸ்ரத்தா பக்தி சமர்ப்பண பாவத்தோட ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜிக்கு நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணி மெதுவாக குண்டலினி உயர்த்தி பந்தன் போட்டுக்கொள்வோம். ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. மெதுவாக கண்களை மூடி நம்மளுடைய கவனம் நம்மளுக்குள் கொண்டு வருவோம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தயவு செய்து எங்களுடைய கவனத்துக்குள் வாருங்கள் தாயே. எங்களுடைய ஹிருதயத்துக்குள் வாருங்கள். எங்களுடைய மூளைக்குள் வாருங்கள். மூன்றையும் ஒருங்கிணைப்படுத்தி தாருங்கள். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தயவு செய்து இன்றைய தியானத்துக்கு அனுமதியை தந்து வழி நடத்துங்கள் தாயே. கவனம் சகஸ்ராரத்தில் வைத்து 3 மகாமந்திரத்தை கூறுவோம். அர்த்தத்தை புரிஞ்சுண்டு கூறுவோம். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। சுஷும்னா வழியாக மெதுவாக நம்முடைய கவனம் மூலாதார சக்கரத்துக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். ஸ்ரீ கணேச மந்திரம். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणेश साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। இடநாடியை தூய்மைப்படுத்துவோம். இடது கை மடி மீது இருக்கட்டும், வலது கை பூமி தாய் மீது வைப்போம். கவனம் இடநாடி, 2 உள்ளங்கையும் சகஸ்ராரம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி தாங்களே சாட்சாத் ஸ்ரீ இடநாடி சுவாமினி, தயவு செய்து தங்களுடைய அன்பும் கருணையால் எங்களுடைய இடா நாடியை தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள் தாயே. எங்களுடைய இடா நாடியை பாதிக்கிற தேவையற்ற கடந்த கால நினைவுகள், தமோ குணத்தோடு எல்லா விதமான எதிர்மறைகளை பூமி மார்க்கமாக நீக்கிவிடுங்கள். தாங்களே சாட்சாத் ஸ்ரீ பூமி மாதா, தயவு செய்து எங்களை தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள் தாயே. எங்களுடைய இடா நாடியில் ஸ்ரீ மகாகாளி ஸ்ரீ பைரவரோடு எல்லா குணங்களும் சக்திகளையும் தந்தருளுங்கள். கவனமிடா நாடி 2 கைகளும் சகஸ்ராரத்தில் வைத்து அமைதியாக தூய்மை அடைய காத்திருப்போம். ஸ்ரீ கணேஷ் அதர்வ சீர்ஷை கூறுவோம். ஓம் நமஸ்தே கணபதயே त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं तत्त्वमसि त्वमेव केवलं कर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं धर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं हर्तासि त्वमेव सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यं हृदं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि अवत्वं मामवभक्तारम् अवश्रोतारम् अवदातारम् अवधातारम् अवानुचानमवशिष्यम् अवपश्चातात् अवपुरस्तात् अवोत्तरातात् अवदक्षिणातात् अवचोद्धातात् अवाधरातात् सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वम् आनन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममयः त्वं सच्चिदानन्दाद्वितीयोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तः सृष्टति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमिष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वं भूमिरापो नलो निलो नभः त्वं चत्वारि वाक्पदानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीतः त्वं देहत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं मूलाधारस्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यं त्वं ब्रह्मा त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वम् इन्द्रस्त्वम् अग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवस्वरो गणादीं पूर्वमुच्चार्य वर्णादीं तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वार परतरः अर्धेन्दुलसितं तारेण ऋद्धम् एतत्तव मनुस्वरूपम् गकार पूर्वरूपम् अकारो मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वार शान्त्यरूपम् बिन्दुरुत्तररूपम् नाद संधानं संहिता संधिः सैषा गणेश विद्या गणकऋषिः निच्छ्रुतगायत्री छन्दः गणपतिर्देवता ॐ गं गणपतये नमः एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशमङ्कुशधारिणं हृदं च वरदं हस्तैर्बिभ्राणं मूषकध्वजं रक्तं लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवाससं रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्पैर्सुपूजितं भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणमच्युतम् आविर्भूतं च सृष्टयाद्धौ प्रकृते पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः नमो रात्रपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्ते अस्तु लम्बोदराय एकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः பிங்களா நடிகை தூய்மைப்படுத்துவோம் வலது கை மடி மீது இடது கை ஆகாயத்தை நோக்கி வைப்போம். கவனம் பிங்களா நாடி. 2 உள்ளங்கையும் சஹஸ்ராரம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தாங்களே சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ பிங்களா நாடி சுவாமினி. தயவு செய்து தங்களுடைய அன்பும் கருணையால் எங்களுடைய பிங்களா நாடியை தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள் தாயே. எங்களுடைய பிங்களா நாடியை பாதிக்க தேவையற்ற பிற்கால கவலைகள், அதிகப்படியான திட்டமிடுதல், ரஜோகுணத்தோட எல்லா விதமான எதிர்மறைகளை ஆகாய மார்க்கமாக நீக்கிவிடுங்கள். தாங்களே சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ ஆகாஷ தேவதா. தயவு செய்து எங்களுடைய பிங்களா நாடியை தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள். ஸ்ரீ மகாசரஸ்வதி ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமானோட எல்லா குணங்களும் சக்திகளையும் எங்களுக்கு தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. பிங்களா நாடியை தூய்மைப்படுத்த ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமான சாலிசா கூறுவோம். श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधार भरनो रघुवर विमल यश जोध्याय चपल सार बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरोन पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुवेशा कानन कुंडल कुंजित केशा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुमन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिंहई दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संहारे लाय संजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्ष उर लाए रघुपति कीर्ति बहुत बढ़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत सम भाई सहस्र वदन तुमरो यश गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीश नारद शारद सहित रहीसा यम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सगई कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीना राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की। तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माया लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना युग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो धाहि मधुर फल जानु प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि जय अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे जेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवाले ओदन आज्ञा बिन भय सारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे, तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की। नासे रोग हरे सब पीड़ा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, साधु अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवाले, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की। तुम्हारे भजन राम को भावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्मी हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीड़ा, जो सुनिबे हनुमत बल बीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई। कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाहि, जो शत बार पाठ कर कोई। झूठ नहीं बंधे महा सुख होय, जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा। होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा, तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा। कीजे नाथ हृदय महडेरा, कीजे नाथ हृदय महडेरा। राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की। राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की। जय बोलो हनुमान की। जय बोलो हनुमान की। साक्षात श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी, श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः. மெதுவாக இடது கை மடக்கி கொண்டு வருவோம். கவனம் சுஷும்னா நாடி. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி தாங்களே சாட்சாத் ஸ்ரீ சுஷும்னா நாடி சுவாமி. தயவு செய்து தாங்களுடைய அன்பும் கருணையால் எங்களுடைய சுஷும்னா நாடியை தூய்மையாக தடையில்லாமல் வைத்திருந்த தாயே. தியானத்துக்கு தேவையான சமநிலையை தந்தருளுங்கள். எங்களுடைய கவனம் நிகழ்காலத்தில் தியான நிலையில் இருக்க அருள் புரியுங்கள். எங்களுடைய சுஷும்னா நாடியை சத்வ குணத்தோடு நிரப்பி விடுங்கள் தாயே. ஸ்ரீ மகாலட்சுமி ஸ்ரீ கணேஷாவோட எல்லா குணங்களும் சக்திகளையும் எங்களுக்கு தந்தருளுங்கள். ஸ்ரீ மகாலட்சுமி அஷ்டகத்தை கூறுவோம். நமஸ்தேஸ்து மகாமாயே ஸ்ரீபீठे सुरपूजिते शङ्खचक्रगदाहस्ते महालक्ष्मी नमोऽस्तुते। नमस्ते गरुडारूढे कोलासुरभयङ्करी सर्वपापहरे देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोऽस्तुते। सर्वज्ञे सर्ववरदे सर्वदुष्टभयङ्करी सर्वदुःखहरे देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोऽस्तुते। सिद्धिबुद्धिप्रदे देवी मुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदायिनी मंत्रमूर्ते सदा देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। आद्यन्तरहिते देवी आद्यशक्ति महेश्वरी योगजे योग संभूते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। स्थूल सूक्ष्म महारौद्रे महाशक्ति महोदरे महापापहरे देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। पद्मासनस्थिते देवी परब्रह्मस्वरूपिणी परमेशी जगन्माता महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। श्वेतांबरधरे देवी नानालंकारभूषिते जगस्थिते जगन्माता महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लक्ष्मीरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। சமநிலை அடைஞ்சிருக்கோமான்னு கவனிப்போம். முழு கவனம் இரண்டு உள்ளங்கை விரல்களும் சஹஸ்ராரத்தில் வைத்து பார்ப்போம். இரண்டு கைகளும் நம்மளுடைய மடியிலேந்து கொஞ்சம் மேல ஒசத்தி வச்சு நம்மளுடைய நுண்ணதிருட நிலையை கவனிப்போம். இரண்டு கைகள் மடி மீது கவனம் சஹஸ்ராரத்தில் நிலைநிறுத்தி ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी सहज योगदायिनी आदिशक्ति मोक्षदायिनी परमेश्वरी எங்களுடைய சஹஸ்ராரத்துக்குள் வாருங்கள். சர்வாலங்காரத்தோடு எங்களுடைய சஹஸ்ர கமலத்தில் அமருங்கள் தாயே. சகல சௌபாக்கியமும் தந்தருளுங்கள். தாங்களிடம் ஒன்றினை நிலையை எங்களுக்கு அனுபவிக்க செய்யுங்கள். சைத்தன்யத்தை உணர செய்யுங்கள். அமைதியும் ஆனந்தமும் அனுபவிக்க அருள் புரியுங்கள். கவனம் சஹஸ்ராரத்தில் வைத்து சில நிமிடம் தியானத்தில் இருப்போம்.
Today we are sitting at the foothill of Himalayas. Himalaya is the father of your mother. And since I have come here, the feeling of returning to the father is making me feel extremely proud of you, but up to a point. Then it gives up. This is what has happened in this area before also. There were many kings who ruled these areas where there were people who worshipped the goddess and lived a righteous, innocent life, and those who tried to insult the mother perished forever and ever. We are so fortunate today that Yogi Mahajan has called us here in this beautiful place, which is so vibrating, is so much full of the blessings of the great saints who are practicing meditation here. They have worked out the meditation for us. Through their ascent, they have achieved a road for us. Our Sushumna improved because of their blessings. Because they have worked so hard, our Sushumna has become so accessible, so easily possible for us to ascend. Today you may not see them, but I see them clearly. All my gratitude to them that they, in this atmosphere of purity, came but lived in these remote corners without any shelter, without any support, without any help, for days together. For you, Sahaja Yoga has become so easy. You are all easy chair spiritual seekers. There is no struggle, there is no problem. Wherever you are, you get your realization. They have made it so easy. They have done it for you. But that does not mean that you should take Sahaja Yoga for granted. Today, in this great place, let us think of the new visions I have about Sahaja Yoga. Sahaja Yoga has to become a great Vishwa Yoga, Mahayoga, the bubbling energy of divine in the new tree of Vishwadharma. For that, you people have to sacrifice, have to come up, not to be easy chair Sahajogis, but have to give up many things that are lying within you which you have not yet harnessed and looked after. It pains me to see the way Sahaja Yogis take Sahaja Yoga for granted. It's not possible. With such mediocres, one can achieve much in life. But by God's grace, after coming here, I saw the village people. I knew I am at the right spot. First will be the last, Christ has said. First will be the last, because the first come as if thinking that they have something great, that they have shown some great things. But they do not know what is to be achieved. The innocence, the simplicity, the overpowering of your body. If your body tries to overpower you, you are no more a Sahaja Yogi. If your mind tries to overpower you, then you are no more a Sahaja Yogi. If your heart tries to overpower you, then also you are not Sahaja Yogi. But through all these three instruments, you should work as if you are the master of these three instruments and not the slave of these things. This is a very, very important thing, because Sahaja Yoga has too many blessings. It gives you all kinds of prosperity, all kinds of beautiful blessings, all kinds of protections, miracles happen in your life, but we take Sahaja Yoga for granted. The first and foremost thing, I feel sorry sometimes when I hear that people insult each other for nothing at all, hurt each other, talk to others in such a manner that doesn't behove a Sahaja Yogi. I have never talked like that to people in that curt manner. Why should you talk like that to each other? The reason is, inside there is still some sadism sitting down to put down other people. That sadism will make you satanic. It will not make you saintly and godly. It is not a godly quality to behave in that manner. For such people only these 7 powers were born, to slay their ego, to slay their sadistic temperaments, and to make them into beautiful people who will surrender to God and will take to milder methods of attainment. When I came here, I felt I should not go any more to the West. I've had enough of it. I just don't want to waste my time. This place, if I live for a year, I'm sure the whole place will give me so many Sahaja Yogis that even if I struggle for 100 years abroad, I cannot get. But what to do? Mother has to think of all the children. If possible, try to save them as far as possible. That innocence, that simplicity with which they live here, how they are one with the nature, how they move about, come up, you just watch and see how they rise and how they make themselves available for the beauty of this nature to be enhanced. Because they are so congenial, in concord with the rhythm of this place. The whole place is so rhythmically singing the praise of God and the goddesses. I don't know if you are sensitive to it or not, but it is. It is so full of singing and chirping of birds. I see these great mountains who have witnessed the ascent of man. They have witnessed the great penance of these very great saints who lived here. They have witnessed all that man has fought to go towards God, how they sacrificed, how they went into dangers, lived with animals just to achieve this path for you people. We have to thank them and thank all those 7 deities who have created this atmosphere of complete security for these great saints. All these goddesses came on this earth to protect the saints. They deserve it. That's the duty of a goddess, to protect the ones who are striving, who are fighting the way for the seekers. But what is the need to waste time over useless people who have no other seeking but materialism? I do not know how many years it will take for me to convince the Western people about the greatness of the Spirit. I hope with our effort, some of them, very few of them, will be saved. I don't have much hopes of a larger number of people there. I am speaking this in English because I have felt it too much here and disgusted sometimes. The way God has worked, He sent 7 of His powers on this earth, in this area. Also everywhere He sent them. They crucified, they tortured, they did all kinds of things to saints, and they are least bothered about what they did to them. All those turmoils and hardships through which they have gone, I really felt them within myself, as if my body has gone through that tormenting period. Let us all thank God that He has been so kind, that He gave us realization in our own houses, in our own families. But let us also think about it. What did we do about it? Today I am talking especially for Delhi people, because I may not be able to talk to them. In Delhi, I have heard that people are extremely rude to the new people. I was amazed why thousands come to see me, and then what happens to them? People talk so rudely that nobody can believe that they are Sahaja Yogis. I have heard about this even in Kuala Lumpur, the same thing. Not that I have not heard about these things in other places, but in many places I have heard that people are extremely egoistical. They talk to people in such a rude manner that nobody wants to come. And that's why in all these places where there is even one person like that, Sahaja Yoga does not grow. And these people don't want to change themselves. If you tell them anything, they will say, all right, so get rid of us. But why don't they say that we want to change? It is something shocking, the way people are. They have no compassion, no love, nothing. But they are thinking about using this position as a Sahaja Yogi to dominate others, to show off to others. And that's why people do not increase. It's only one thing that attracts people to me, is my love and my compassion and my open-heartedness. Those who use strong words and talk strongly to others, thinking as if they are in charge of Sahaja Yoga, must know that if they try all these tricks, they will be suffering very badly. And that no amount of my compassion and love can protect them, because the same powers which come for protection are quite capable of destruction. I want to warn you, all of you, to be gentle, to be kind, to be sweet to others. Don't try to hurt others' feelings. Don't try to be sadistic. Otherwise, it will hurt you very much. It has happened in this place where you are sitting today, in this area. It has happened. I can see all the past that took place. Those people who tried to be harsh and horrible suffered a lot. They had to become gentle. One great saint called Durvasa, he was known to be a very hot-tempered fellow. And he meditated, but he was so hot-tempered. He did not live in this area. He lived in the thick forest of Maharashtra. And there he was extremely hot-tempered, used to shout at people, because he thought he has got the realization and he has right to shout at everyone and to make a nuisance out of him. Once he went to the ashram of a Muni called Kashyap Muni. And he had a daughter called Shakuntala. Shakuntala had just married a king, and she was thinking about him. This Durvasa went and called for her. She forgot to answer his call. So he cursed her that the person about whom you are thinking will forget you, and you will suffer because of that. He was so angry that she did not attend to him. Still she was in her own mood. And then when he came in, she could not look after him as he wanted to be looked after. This was Durvasa, and he made her suffer a lot. But later on he discovered that he was a man of tremendous temper, and that his feet are going into the hell. There is hell burning under his feet. And that heat made him feel terrible. So he ran towards Himalayas. He came down here near and he meditated in this place where he just asked for one thing is, "Oh Mother, give me the sweetness, the nectar of your love. Please let me have." He stayed here in a jungle for years together, meditated, and tomorrow, I think day after tomorrow, we'll be having our lecture there. We'll be having our program there. This is Durvasa who came all the way from the south because he couldn't bear the heat that was burning him. That must be something like a cancer or something. In cancer you get this kind of heat. The people who are heated, those who have too much heat, always used to come to Himalayas to cool down, to see the heights of Himalayas, the depths of Himalayas, to see the greatness of creation, to see the smallness of their own being, to become humble, to become extremely humble. And that's what happened to him. He meditated on the greatness of Himalayas, at the lotus feet of Himalayas, and he prayed to Himalayas, "O Lord, you are the one who has given us the greatest of greatest, the highest of highest, to look upon you. You are the one who is a symbol of the heights we have to reach. And I am a person who used to think I am very great till I saw your greatness here, the way you bear the snow upon your head and the way you reach the depths of our hearts." And then he meditated here and he got his salvation. Realization is not sufficient. It is not the salvation. Realization is just the beginning. Salvation comes when we master our body, master our mind, master ourselves in such a way that we become beautiful flowers and the fragrance of our beauty flows and everybody enjoys it. I am speaking this for all the people who are still thinking that they have got realization, they have certain positions in Sahaja Yoga, so they can misbehave with everyone as they like. Please remember that it is not important what you do for Sahaja Yoga. More important what I feel about. If you have to be something greater, humble down yourself. Humbling down is very, very important. Nobody has to think that we can achieve something greater heights by dominating others. This has been very upsetting since I have been in Delhi. I have seen this in and out, and I was surprised that in Delhi still people are so stupid that those who organize, some of them are so harsh. I would request you to humble down, to come down to proper senses and understand that it is your gain if you humble down. Like Durvasa, you don't have to stay here in the jungles with the tigers and the lions who come and roar at you and the snakes that trap you in the night. You have to have this lion and the tigers to be seen. They are within us. And the snakes and the scorpion that come out of you and bite others, please look after them. See that you become a beautiful person and not that you run after something that is power or materialism. It stirs me completely sometimes when I see the disparity between the beauty of the people of these simple villages and the cunning and the domination of the city people. And sometimes I feel I should give up all the cities and ask them to jump in the hell if they do not know how to behave. I think the whole thing has come to me because Durvasa's example I see very clearly. How many of you would be willing to do that kind of a penance that Durvasa had to do? But Durvasa, being a great seeker, a real seeker, felt that I have done nothing so far after my realization. Only my temper, my showing off, that I am to be a great person here and there, wherever I go, everybody should dance after me. And he got cursed and he had to come here. The son of Shakuntala was a great child called Bharat. After that great son of Shakuntala, this country is called as Bharat because he was a saint and he ruled the country as a benevolent king. He occupied the whole of this country, even Pakistan and Burma inclusive, and was the ruler of all this country, a very benevolent, humble, and a very great, highly evolved soul. That's why this country, the whole country, has the name of Bharat from him. So in a way that we should really understand that when Durvasa saw that the cursed Shakuntala produced such a great soul, suffering because of its curses, because her husband forgot about her. He never recognized her. When she went to her husband, he never recognized her, and she had to live without her husband, and this child was born. And then suddenly he remembered, because the ring he had given was lost in the water and a fish had gulped it down, and the same fish was caught, and when they found the ring, he remembered all that had passed. Then he sent for her and called her, and then the king Bharat ruled this country. That's how we are called as Bharati. That is the symbol of a personality that is an Indian. We are Indians, and Indians have a great symbol of Bharata before them, and that's how we have to lead a life of saintliness. You may be king, you may be street beggar, you may be anything, but for an Indian, it is important to lead a life of complete dedication and complete renunciation. He has to lead an austere life, controlling his attention. He has to control his attention and tell the attention not to go to wrong places. These heights which these people have achieved through their innocence, you will have to achieve through your understanding. That's the first step you have to cross after realization. They'll get realization and will jump into the kingdom of God. I won't have any problem with them. Let me come and stay here for a month and you will see this area will be all charmed. But what about us, the rest of us who think no end of themselves? That's why I spoke in English language today, for you people to understand that this English language itself has given this terrible ego, like a pump, it goes into your head and you start thinking no end of yourself. How many are going to meditate from tomorrow? How many are going to get up in the morning and give up their rooms and come out and meditate? Go into the wild just thinking that you belong to this nature. We have to have a very rigorous disciplining, self-disciplining of ourselves. Otherwise, it's useless to waste energy on people who have no value, no respect for their realization, for themselves. I have to tell you that you have come here is very good. Now see the ashram life. Now don't try to find faults with this ashram didn't have this, ashram didn't have that, we had no place to sleep, we had no place for a bathroom. Please don't do all those things. You have not come here to enjoy a 5-star hotel For that you have not come all the way here. Please, for heaven's sake, don't have that. On the contrary, I'll be happy if you can sleep outside in the cold and go through it. I can do it. I can sleep in any conditions, any things. Try to make your body your slave and don't make your body stand on your heads. I have to make a very humble request because there are some people who are quite fuss spots. I was told even from Delhi, and I expect no fussing here, no fussing here. Try to understand. It's a great chance for you to ascend or to descend, one of the two. So please try to ascend above your body. Try to mold your body in such a way that it becomes your slave, and then you will enjoy having this body. Otherwise it's a headache to have a body like this. आज के शुभ अवसर पे हम यहाँ आए हैं। आज देवी का सप्तमी का दिन है। सप्तमी के दिन देवी ने अनेक राक्षसों को मारा, अनेक दुष्टों का नाश किया, विध्वंस कर डाला था। क्योंकि संत साधु जो यहाँ पर बैठे हुए तपस्या में संलग्न थे, उनको ये लोग सताते थे। हम लोग सोचते हैं कि माँ ये क्यों इतनी इन्होंने तपस्या की।
जय श्री माता जी. கண்கள் மூடி சில நிமிடம் தியானத்தில் இருப்போம். जय श्री माता जी. கண்களை திறந்து ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜிக்கு நன்றியை கூறி நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணி குண்டலினி உயர்த்தி வந்தன் போட்டுக் கொள்வோம்.